Ahoy there, Legion. Hope the day's treating you well. This one's not going to be too visually intensive. Probably just going to be like a podcast thing where I sort of ramble about a suggestion in question. So if you want to pop in a headphone and go about your business and driving to work or chores or I guess homework ain't yet, is it? What date is it? What year is it? Yeah, I don't think that started yet. Well, and if it did, good luck to you. My goodness. But anyway, you want something to listen to? Well, hopefully this will do the trick for you. But suggestion for Solo Tenno / quality of life buff for everyone, depending on how they do this. Dev Stream 113, they were talking about Railjack. And the question on a chunk of people's minds is it going to be Solo Tenno friendly? Because based on the action we saw, someone needs to control the ship. You got other people shooting the turrets, and then somebody also hops in, either jumping off the turret into the ship to, destroy it by hand, but you still need someone to, lower the shields, sort of like FTL, and actually reminds me quite a bit of Starbound, because there's the space missions and the mech suits and stuff. Really like that update. There's supposed to be a bounty one. Is it out yet? It's like due months ago, but one topic at a time. So to frame the suggestion proper, DevStream 113, they were talking about, is Railjack going to be Solo Tenno friendly? And they said yes, which starts out on a good note. So like for the turrets, those can be controlled by the AI if you get an upgrade to your ship. Okay, reasonable. I'm assuming that's also going to work so you can go on foot to take over the enemy base and, scan it and all that stuff. And then Ordis would also lower the shield walls and whatnot, or whatever, again, the scenario would require. And then, back on the ship, ta-da, there you go. So fine. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to function. That's all we want. But you'd assume if the actual gameplay is going to be Solo Tenno friendly, in order to unlock it would be as well, and that's where the rub lies, because they then followed that up with, they're currently planning on you having to build a docking bay in your clan dojo. And that raised a couple flags in my head, and that's what this suggestion's really focusing in on. I would rather that not happen, because I don't really see that as Solo Tenno friendly. And honestly, I don't even think that's player friendly. Here's my thing. If it's going to be Solo Tenno friendly, how are they going to actually gain access to it? It's not going to be a quest system, apparently, sort of like Arcqueen even, which would be a more apple-to-apple comparison. You do a couple quests, you get the parts, you build it, bang it, boom it, there you go. Now you got the things that some people like, and then you have both Warframe parts and equipment stuff out of quests. So you do those, make it, and then there you go. Just looking at this from a perspective of someone that just picked up the game because of TennoCon, and how many more are gonna just pick up the game because of Railjack when that does ship. No pun intended. If they are solo and they don't have any friends or something, they need a clan. Okay, well, they made one. It took a bit, but they got it. And then they got to grind the generators, and then the rooms, and then the tech requirements, let alone all the weapons and all that other stuff. But just to make a docking bay, they're going to have to grind up all these things and all the materials and who knows how much forma. And they're, probably doing it solo, hence Solo Tenno. Or just a couple other people with them to help with that, but it's still not really intuitive, let's say. So then you need to build another docking bay, just big old thing. And then when the docking bay is done, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to build the ship itself. It's not really welcoming either. I've played the game for a while. I'm not even looking forward to it. It's like, wow, there comes another drain of items and stuff. And there's already been talk that they're well aware that players are hoarding a lot of materials and they're just itching to increase the cost of things. And well, when you have something required to get access to a new system, I'm thinking there's going to be a big old dump of items required, at least with the docking bay, if not the ship itself. But we'll see how that goes. But also, there's something else they're trying to put emphasis on. Relays. They want people to actually go in there. Now, there's been a couple years, again, where they wanted to promote clans and relays. They even had social areas to hang out in, and the whole dancing stuff sort of took place of that. So long story short, on the relays, there's this place that people already gather now that DE really wants to foster, but I don't think they're really tapping into it well, and they're certainly, pretty much, if it's not for borrow, people don't use it, right? What's the point of using it anyway? Well, chat moderation, but we're not going there. So a fairly unused thing already, and then there's also this event coming up somewhere on the horizon where you're going to be able to rebuild the relays that are broken, and add in that DE wants to add new features and functions to the relay, and you're going to have Railjacks, which are ships that travel through space. Maybe you should merge the two together and drop off that, in my opinion, stupid requirement of the docking bay to begin with. If you want to keep the docking bay stuff for the clan things, fine. make it so the clan has their own fleet that looks similar, or have the decals on the side, something that separates them, makes them feel cool in that way, and still also groups them all together. Mind you, we still have that kingpin system that is unreleased, which seems perfectly tied into the Railjack system, so that's gonna help it as a byproduct anyway, so I don't think you really need to force it onto clans specifically when you already got that in the works. So that seems like two systems doubled up on the clans already, so okay. So instead of making it just a clan thing, make it a community thing. Encourage everyone to do this big ol' event. Again, that ties into sort of what they're aiming for with the relay rebuilding anyway, so I don't know why they just don't lump that together in it as well. I don't see any benefit from requiring clans specifically to have a docking bay, and then you gotta build it there. In my opinion, that's just annoying. But if you put it on the relay, you're gonna group everyone up there. Who knows what conversations are gonna be about, oh, that ship looks cool, or do you need any ones for your group or whatever, and you're just gonna avoid a lot of the grind. Which I know Warframe loves it some grind, and yeah, that stretches things out, but from a gameplay perspective, I'd rather avoid it when it could be so obviously hopped over and not just thrown in to slow things down. So, that would be my suggestion. Make a community event that requires everyone to pitch in either effort, like completing missions or taking out enemies, or, I don't know, sort of like Kingpin Lights, where you're going to require, let's say, X amount of Arqueen missions completed, or donated something. Yeah, how about that? You have to run missions and you get parts of something. Sort of like when Fomorians attack, you need those red drops. I cannot think of right now. I did a guide on it, but I haven't touched them since I made that, so I forgot the name, but those things. But it's this event specific. You harvest enough of those, you donate it, there you go. Harkens back to opening the gates in Anchorage, if you've played games long enough to know that reference. So it could be like that, put it on the relays, people can build the stuff. It'll still require a bunch of effort to do, but it won't single you out into clans, because unfortunately for DE, whenever they do clan stuff, they tend to lead with the stick and not the carrot, and don't want to bring that up again, but to gloss over shenanigans, Ignis, Wraith, and Hema costs. Just gonna throw those out there. People who know will know what I'm talking about. I don't want to stir nothing. I'm just saying there has been issues where instead of rewarding players for doing something, they punish you for not doing it the way they want you to. And that almost happened with the Onslaught, air quotes, changes, when that first came out with all the glitches and stuff. But again, don't want this to go negative. I'm just saying there has been a pattern where DE focuses on the clans, but they really don't know how to sell it. They just sort of beat you over the head and expect you to go along with it. I think it'd be much better if you just, hey, everyone has access to this, assuming, you know, we come together as a community and build it. But if you want to look cool, because fashion frame, I hear, is kind of important to folks, you put that specifically on the clan dojos. That way you have access to the bare bones default models. You want the cool new parts and all that stuff, by all means. There you go. Throw it on there. Doesn't make it hard on Solo Tenno. Solo Tenno can actually go to the relay and get it done themselves. Maybe wall off the best parts if you want. I don't even like that idea. But if you want, like, top tier fleet parts or something, fine. Put that in the clan thing. As long as it's possible to do solo, leave it on the relays and stuff. That's my suggestion, folks. So that's my suggestion. Hopefully you enjoyed the Ramble, Legion. Leave a comment below if you think it can be improved any, or if you liked it, or just let me know your thoughts. I'll read them, and you know I'm going to reply to most, if not every single one. So I'll see you next time, Legion. Have a great weekend. Take care.